Yeah, Stephen A. Smith's a racist. Tell me about it.
A little backstory. A question was asked on Stephen A. show on ESPN, and the question was, "There's a Japanese player, Otani, and he's a big buzz in the baseball world." And and the question was, "Is Otani not being an American athlete good for MLB?" And Stephen A. went on this crazy rant saying, "Nah." And one of Stephen A's arguments was that he doesn't even speak English, and a lot of people took offense to that. Obviously, I don't think any. How you feel about it, Kyle? Because I'm not on Stephen A's side on this one. Because Otani, I mean, we were talking about him the other day, but I'll let you get your shit off on Otani because that shit different.
I mean, I could probably see what he's saying because they're asking him, like, I mean, it is an American sport. We're in America, so like foreigners coming over. Maybe that's how he felt about it. But the English, I mean, this is his first year, so I mean, him speaking English. Hopefully, he learns English, and I do think like people learning English is important, but I mean, it's racist, and especially if they are just coming here to play baseball and then going right back to their country, like you feel me, to chill during the off season, like. You don't need to learn English for this.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking in a comparison to Yao Ming. We didn't give a fuck if Yao Ming spoke English or not. We was rocking Yao Ming jerseys. We was watching. We was fascinated with Yao Ming. We didn't give a fuck whether he spoke English or not. I don't even know what Yao Ming voice sound like. But you say Yao Ming, damn near everybody know the fuck Yao Ming is.
Franchise like Yao Ming.
You came out hot calling him a racist though, dude. That's
because I don't even think that he necessarily said like he said he wasn't a star because he was a foreigner, but he said like he wasn't a star because you can't be the biggest star if you need a translator or some weird shit like that. Like that's just like you're on some. That's just weird wording from somebody that gets
to do with baseball.
Literally. Yeah, that's just weird wording to use for someone that gets paid to talk. Like and as a black person too, like that, you're very like aware of like what times we are as like racial sensitivity and how like you just saw Rachel Nichols get fucking flamed for this shit, and like do you not think that applies because he's Asian and people wouldn't like it's like, oh, he's just Asian, like we can do that, like that. It's just a wild thing to say. And it's like, yeah, is he a rookie? Is this his first year? I just heard about him this year.
Yeah, his first year in MLB.
I don't watch baseball at all. I know who the fuck he is, so he's obviously a star already.
Because he's pitching and hitting, and this motherfucker ain't just hitting; he's hitting fucking homers.
Yeah.
So it's like different.
He's really different,
unique in every. I mean, and Stephen A. did apologize, but then that just goes to ask the question: like, how sincere is the apology? Are you apologizing because you felt like you said something wrong, or are you apologizing because you got the backlash?
And he kind of doubled down first, and then he like circled back and apologized, like, "Oh shit, I'm not going to win this one."
Like one of those.
Yeah, like he was like, "Yeah, I don't see the problem." Blah. Oh yeah, I was kind of wilding. Like, yeah, bro, you were kind of wilding, dog. That's a good point with Yao Ming, dog. We all thought Yao Ming was a fucking star. We all wanted his jerseys and shit. Like people loved Yao Ming, dog. And not only did we love Yao Ming, he brung basketball over to China. It's like this fucking second biggest market for him.
I didn't even know the boy couldn't speak English.
Me neither. Because like, what baseball player do you even know who speaks?
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Who's the personality?
Yeah, most of them.
Who's the personality in baseball? I know they got the Vlad Jr. boy. I see them talk about all the time, but I don't be like hearing funny clips from him or nothing. I just know he's nice.
Exactly.
Because they all speak Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, you got Acuna, Tatis over in Dago with you. I mean, even back to Pedro and Big Papi, David Ortiz, like we didn't know what the fuck they were saying, but when they was on the field, we felt that impact. Like these motherfuckers is nice.
Dude, Sammy Sosa's white now, and he's still got a little accent. You feel me? Like that? Like, what are we doing here, yo? What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah,
I would. And it was good. I never would have known he didn't talk for real. I never would have known he wouldn't talk.
And you thinking the comment is just unnecessary.
Yeah, you freaky dog. Like
basically,
just a freaky ass like take on like a rising star that's a rookie. Like, dog, and if anything, baseball's a dying sport. Why wouldn't you want to be as inclusive as possible?
I don't know like how it's still going. Like,
me neither. And then even more like Ichiro. We
Ticket
fucked
sales,
with
man.
Ichiro.
I've
We
never. I
fucked
can't
with
tell you what he
Ichiro.
sound like. I can't tell you what he sound like.
Fuck no. None of them. I don't know what Barry Bonds sound. I don't know what the American. I don't know what Mike Trout sound like. I don't know what Mookie Betts sound like.
Yeah,
That's
but I don't watch baseball, so but I know that all those people you named, I don't know what they sound like.
hell.
Yeah,
no.
I don't want to just assume Ichiro doesn't speak English because he's Asian, but I for sure have never heard him talk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've never heard Ichiro talk. In all the
I-
years that I know who the fuck Ichiro is.
I know who the fuck Ichiro is, that's for sure.
Right.
If anything, baseball seems like the most foreign American sport. Like as far as players, like
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's a promoting issue or I don't because I mean they gotta have some type of personality, but I don't know what the issue is in promoting their personalities.
the way I think about it is like jihad baseball. Like,
Yeah.
did anybody care about jihad baseball? Like,
Yeah, it's a lot of sports in Delaware where like if you can't play the sport you want to play, there's like a few fallback sports you can play. You feel like to be part of a team.
I told my sister when she was going into high school, I'm like, field hockey, you'll get on the team. Not
Right.
even an athlete at all. Like you'll be on the team. Trust me. Go out there. Field hockey.
I remember I was going into tryouts for Penn and they had an auditorium like meeting beforehand to go over like physicals and conditioning starts and whatnot. And the coach right off the rip said there's probably like 100. That was a big ass school, so it's like 100 kids in the fucking meeting.
Mhm.
And the coach is right off the rip, yo, there's 100 kids in this bitch. All three teams combined gonna have 30 fucking kids on here. But you go to a sport like lacrosse, it's fucking like 80 fucking spots on that bitch. It's the fastest growing sport in the country. There's a bunch of D2, D1 scholarships available. And some of you got kids might be athletic, but just not good enough to play on the team. Go to that fucking shit. And I was like, damn, that's an interesting take for a coach to have, but I fuck with shit like that.
Word.
Like, bro, just because you're not great at one sport doesn't mean you can't still get the team aspect and like have opportunities and shit for you.
That's a
And
fact.
if I get more playing time.
Yeah. You get your uni and all. You're gonna really feel good. You're gonna get your varsity brother and everything.
Make your lifelong friends and all that shit.
Mm.
And not a topic, but randomly I was talking to my buddies this weekend and shit, and we was talking about like Rachel Nichols and whatnot. And motherfucking, do you guys remember Rob Parker, what he said about RG3?
Nah,
Watch that clip now. Dog.
the fuck
When
you
he-
say?
Rob Parker was like, he was calling him he basically was talking about RG3, and they were kind of like talking about like, is he like RG3 came out back then and was like, basically, I don't want to be known as the best black quarterback.
What?
Yeah, so and so, like, I want to be known as
He
the
wants to
best
be known
quarterback.
as the best quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah. And like Skip, it was Skip, Stephen A, and Rob Parker, and Rob was like, they're like asking him how he feels and shit, and Rob's like, well, like, obviously nobody goes out there to be like the best black quarterback and shit, but he was like, a lot of us in the community is kind of wondering like how RG3 is anyway, because like he kind of talks funny and like is he really with us? Like he's got a white wife, blah blah, and they like, what do you mean, dog? And he was like, is he a brother or a cornball brother?
And this Rob, and then I just go look at Rob Parker first off. Don't look at who the fuck
That's
Rob Parker is.
barbershop talk, though.
Yeah, they got,
That's a fact.
they
That is
got
a
Rob
fact.
Parker the fuck out
And
of
that's
there,
the thing
dog.
about Stephen A. It's like everybody has their little. You feel me? Everybody has that. Like you see somebody, like you feel me. Every time I'm driving and somebody driving slow, it's an old person or Asian. Like you feel me? I really feel that way. But
Right.
I do live in a place where it's more Asians than black people where I live, and Mexicans than black people than I live. So
That's views from Kyle.
my bad, yo. I just feel like everybody has their little whatever the word is, though.
To keep
Everybody
it,
counts.
like you said, that definitely is barbershop talk. But when you Stephen A. and you know what's going on in the world,
Just unnecessary to say.
it's It's just like some things ain't for everybody to hear.
That's Kyle. That's a good point. Yeah, are stereotypes too racist now in today's generation to like joke about?
It's too sensitive. We were too sensitive. We can't even do it no more, bro.
Because I do think some stereotypes are funny.
Yeah.
Like I think stereotype, like everybody knows, like there's stereotypes. Asians can't drive or they drive slow. Women can't drive. White people can't cook. Like certain shit is kind of like the white people can't cook shit. I lean into that. That's a funny John, dog. Like that's a funny shit to get on Thanksgiving and tweet out like, not looking forward to this meal. You feel me? Like that type shit is funny.
I mean, obviously, you know, because you've seen both sides. Because you feel me. All your friends is black, so I'm sure you have black food. And growing up in a white household, me too. My granny never put seasoning on like,
bro, it's true. It's truth to some stereotypes, dog.
Like,
it's truth to some stereotypes.
It wasn't a thing. Like,
it's truth to some stereotypes. Most white people don't season their fucking food. But then there's also some stereotypes that aren't true. We don't smell like wet dog when we get wet, dog. That's not a real one. That's not a real one, yo. That shit is not true, dog. I'd be so mad when it rains when I'm with my friends, dog. I can just see them just sniffing around like, yo, wet dog. I know, dog. Don't say it. Don't fucking say it, dog. It's not true.
That's hilarious.
Bro, they ain't had Rob Parker on ESPN since, dog. So he said that shit, and right off the funniest reaction was Stephen A. started like he got salty. He kind of threw Rob Parker under the bus, and I guess rightfully so. But Skip goes, "Well, but what would you say about his cornrows?" Like, doesn't that mean something? And Rob Parker goes, "Well," Rob goes, "Well, I mean, that's the point there. Like, I don't." I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck is happening, dog?" Stephen A. comes on there and he goes. Stephen A. goes out there. He's like, I am so uncomfortable where we just took this.
But that's really a discussion that, like, in the black community that people have. Like, that's really like barbershop talk right there. Like,
it is.
Every barbershop or barbecue I've ever been to, my family or friends have talked like that. And I don't know if that's wrong or not.
That's what I like. So wouldn't it be better if we just all were kind of transparent with those thoughts? Like, because those are conversations we all have and shit. So why, like, Stephen A. said that shit, and then rightfully so, they grilled his ass, and now he knows better. Like, the motherfucker knows now, like, that's a stupid-ass comment to make, dog. He's going to be an international star. It'll help the sport more than it hurts the sport.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think Stephen A. even really knows Ohtani's impact on the game, because this is another thing with, like, sports talk shows. Like, they'll have people talking about topics that they don't know shit about. Stephen A., you the hoop guy. Max, you the boxing dude. Shannon, you the football dude. Skip, you a basketball writer. So, like, when they get to talking about other, like, I don't want to hear Skip talk to Shannon about football, because Shannon a Hall of Famer in football. You can't, not saying all the Shannon points is right when it comes to football, but it's like at the end of the day, like, your opinion probably ain't gonna trump Shannon's opinion. You probably not going to out-talk Max when it comes to boxing. Nobody really out. I mean, not saying Stephen A. points is always valid, but you're not about to out-talk Stephen A. when he talk hoops. It's just, and then when you asking Stephen A. a question about baseball, it's like, why are we even listening to Stephen A. about baseball?
But I also think like that's a good angle to have too, though. Like, it's a good angle to have the common person that's not like a baseball head to talk about that shit too, because they're looking like they're talking from our perspective.
Yeah, but I think they also influencing opinions. Like, people that take a Stephen A. opinion and use it as theirs, just because he's on the same way people do in the barbershop, I guess.
Yeah,
but
reiterate content.
Yeah, but you talking to millions every day. Now you got people like, yeah, Ohtani shouldn't be the face of baseball. He don't even speak English. When it's like, nah, this motherfucker is pitching and hitting home runs.
In the home run derby.
And he's in the home run derby. A fucking pitcher in the home run derby. When the last, that's some, who knows who the fuck.
He's on some Babe Ruth shit. Like,
yeah, basically, yeah.
So is that racist to say?
The Stephen A's comment? I ain't gonna say it's racist. I'll say more so just uninformed on Ohtani impact, because everybody was hyped to see this man in the damn home run derby. Like, damn, let's see how nice he really is. And this motherfucker hitting balls out the park, like literally out the park, like not in the stands. He hitting that shit out the fucking park, in the parking lot type shit. And that's the type of shit people want to see. That's the type of shit that's going to make people go, oh, Ohtani in town, I'm going to go see this. I got to see this dude.
Yeah, I got to go see this. It's a once in a lifetime, John.